Hey guys, Adam Kruger with Hollywood Junket. We're here with the amazing Stacey Tookey. First of all, I don't bow down ever, but no, you are a genius. I mean, the routine that you did tonight with Gabby and Neptune. Thank you. Sorry, I blanked. See, I'm starstruck. How do you come up with these things? I mean, week in, week out, every time you choreograph something, it is moving and amazing, and you pull so much out of these dancers, and you make people who are not normally contemporary dancers dance their hearts. How do you do it?
First off, thank you so much, because that's actually like the most important thing to me. All those things you just said is really why I love this show so much. I like to tell stories. I like to tell stories that touch me, that things that I see that I want changed. I feel like this is my little voice that I have, and whoever it reaches, I hope that it affects people in a way that they think about what their actions are. They think about if they see something. Why don't you go over and help someone? Why do you choose to hate? Why do you choose to hate on social media? Why don't you instead choose love? I mean, I just feel like that was the message tonight. And Gabby and Neptune, speaking of love, I just absolutely adore the two of them. They worked as a partnership. I mean, Gabby is genius. She's a beautiful dancer, and she just was the backbone to help Neptune do what he needed to do. And he is really special as well. So I felt like this night for me, it could have gone one of two ways. Because if you would have saw Neptune at the beginning of the week, I gave him such a big, I said, this is like climbing Everest with flip-flops. Like, you have no training, no experience, and here we go. I've given you a really hard routine with a tour jeté and a pirouette and all these things that are partnering. And he just, I just knew, I was like, you know what? He's in over his head, but his heart wants it so bad. I have to give him the opportunity. And then to see him execute it with Gabby tonight so beautifully, it gave me chills, and it just made me go, yes, like, I just was so proud of them.
First of all, you should be. I mean, it's giving me chills thinking about it now. You can see it. No, seriously, because it was honestly so moving. There are some times where, I've been a longtime fan of the show, and watching it sometimes, you see people talk about the routine and what's supposed to be coming out of the routine, and you watch it and you're going, yeah, that was really well danced, but I didn't really get the message. When you do your routines, they really, really translate. I mean, I don't want to throw around the E word, but Emmy, because it was something else. I mean, it's a theme in this world right now that we need more of. And so, do you draw from personal experiences?
I draw from personal experiences, from things I see. I mean, that music, that song, I mean, that's like a gospel hymn, and it's it was one of Martin Luther King's favorite songs, and it's associated with the movie Selma, of course, and that just, I remember seeing that part in the movie and just being like. And it doesn't matter that it was in that time, because today we have the exact same thing. Look what's going on, and turn on the news. And it doesn't matter that I am white, that I'm saying this. It doesn't matter that, everyone has prejudice in different ways. And I felt like it was just something that, you have to be proud for what you stand up for. And I was really proud to stand up for the fact that we should just offer more love, and we should get rid of the hate. And I would love to see a world that existed in.
And that is an amazing message. Science has proven that we're all one race anyway.
Absolutely.
And so, right there, you're just saying it. I have two more questions for you. First, these dancers are not with each other week in, week out, so they're pairing with each other, and then they have 1 week to put this together and form a connection.
Yeah.
How do you pull that out of them? Because I know that's part of your job, is to make them really feel for each other, especially in a piece like this. Do you have any tricks?
The natural chemistry does help, and these two dancers are just able to tap into. They're very comfortable with themselves, so they're comfortable with each other. So I saw right off the bat that they were pretty connected. What I really wanted them to dive into was the characters, so that they can be connected in the story as well as just connected as like dancers. So I get them to do research, and those two actually did their own research. They went home and they watched Selma right off the bat. They were like, we need to get into some kind of character. This is inspiration for us. And I just went, wow, you guys are really in it. Sometimes you have to pull it out even more. You have to make it relatable for them. And a lot of these dancers, these concepts I'm doing are not relatable. They've never gone through anything like this. They're nervous because they're on live television, understandable. They're young, understandable. So it's really the ability to tap in and connect to your partner it's very important in this competition. So the two of them, I think, naturally had it. I think I had to pull out Yeah, you just got to constantly be on them. I mean, it's a job. It's a 3-person job. Well, actually, and my assistant as well, Catherine McCormick's my assistant, and she's, she's amazing in her own right. So it's like just approaching it at a bunch of different angles and seeing what sinks in. Like saying it a bunch of different ways and being like, okay, and just calling them out. No, I didn't feel that. I didn't believe you. If I don't believe you, you're not feeling what you're doing, and that's your job.
That's, I mean, it's working. It's definitely working. Okay, so the last question is, do you, when you think of something new in your head and you're looking at the season, do you have dancers in mind that you want to work with, or is it something where they're kind of like, hey, here's who you're working with now? Fit the routine to them, or is it something where you choreograph with them in mind?
The show, there's so many moving parts of it, and I wish we could just go, I have this perfect routine for so-and-so and so-and-so, and sometimes it lines up that way and other times it doesn't. So I always have an idea of who I'd like in mind. It does not matter what your idea is, because it is so random. So the times that it does happen, you're like, yes, but other times there's like these kind of random surprises when you don't get necessarily the dancers you were thinking that would work for the routine. Because I'm a planner, so I like to plan the routine ahead of time, and then I get in there and I'm like, okay, now my job is to fit it to these dancers. How can I not only fit my vision to them, how can I make them shine in my vision? So sometimes it completely changes, and sometimes it surprises me. When it changes, it teaches me something, and I think that's a beautiful moment too. It's not only about my strict vision, it's about being adaptable and learning myself as a choreographer. I want to be pushed. I want doors to open. I want them to inspire me. And so I look for that a lot in the dancers, and they do. And Neptune did that today for me. I mean, in this week. I mean, Gabby I've already worked with and I love her, but Neptune was just, he inspired me this week.
Yes, and you inspire us all. Thank you, Stacey. For Hollywood Junket, I'm Adam Kruger, Stacey Tookey, the amazing, wonderful, talented Stacey Tookey, ladies and gentlemen.